I'm going to show you how to make $1 million and add it to your bank account in a few weeks. Welcome to episode 2, GV Sports Talk from the West Virginia Daily News. I am Brandon Baker. Let's get this thing rolling. So quickly, we're going to give a shout out to Matthew Kesterson, Greenbrier West wrestler, won the state championship this past weekend in Huntington for the 106-pound weight class in Class A, AA. Just a huge congratulations to Matthew. Just incredible accomplishment. Greenbrier West won the volleyball state championship in the fall, and now they have a wrestler individual championship here in the spring. And just a tremendous way of going about things for Greenbrier West. They're turning into a premier program in Class Single A. Also, Austin McKenzie from the Cavaliers finished 6th place in the 120-pound weight class. And then you go down to Greenbrier East. Will Godby finished 6th place in the 138-pound weight class. And Caden Stone, also from East, 144 pounds, he finished 5th place. And guys, it is so tough to finish in place in a wrestling tournament, especially the state. You got the best wrestlers in the entire state. It's a physical sport. It's a growing sport, and it's just a brutal tournament. So when you're placing anywhere, it's a real accomplishment, and then Matthew winning the whole thing for West is just amazing. So congratulations to all 4 of those guys. Now, I got to thinking, I started wondering, could I beat any of these guys in a one-on-one wrestling battle? You know, I'm older than they are. I feel like I'd have the experience on them, but I don't know. I think their youth and skill would probably get me. You can leave a comment and see if you think that would happen, but maybe not a good idea, because I don't want to know how people think that I would, get taken down by these high school guys. So anyway, also at the end of this show, I'm going to teach you how you can add $1 million to your bank account in the next few weeks. So obviously you want to do that if you're like me and you checked your bank account balance this morning and it said something like $5.06. I want to turn that into $1,005,06. So stay tuned to the end of this episode and I will show you how that's going to happen. So let's go right into the girls state basketball tournament. Greenbrier East Lady Spartans, 23-1 on the year, the 3rd seed in the state. They are taking on number 6 Sissonville, who's 19-5. They're going to play Wednesday morning, March 12th, 11:15 a.m. I just got back from not long ago watching them head down the road on the bus. They got on the interstate. They were hanging out the window, yelling, waving at all the fans that were lining the road. A lot of positive energy there for Greenbrier East. Some scores that stood out to me when I was researching Sissonville. They lost to Nitro 49-38. Greenbrier East split with Nitro during the season. They won by about 20 at home, then lost by about 20 on the road at Nitro. Pikeview, Sissonville beat Pikeview by 4 points. Greenbrier East played Pikeview twice, won by 24 the first game and 15 the next. And Sissonville also beat Princeton by 4 and 11. Greenbrier East played Princeton one time, beat it by 29 points. Now the scores really don't matter. It's just a good barometer to maybe see how the teams match up in this tournament. And I think these 2 teams match up pretty well. I'd give East a little bit of advantage. I'll tell you why in just a second. But first for Sissonville, their key players, Kina D. Britton, 20.1 points per game, 3.3 steals. Then you have Michaela Allman, 13.9 points. 8.3 rebounds, 3.3 assists, 2.6 steals, 1.4 blocks. She is a stat sheet filler. And the crazy thing is both of those players are guards. So that sent a light bulb off in my head. So they're going to be matched up against Kennedy Stewart and Ava Workman of Greenbrier East. And that could be a big-time battle. And this game could come down to which set of guard duos have the best day. Also, bench play for Greenbrier East. I think the Spartans are a little bit deeper with Sandy Banton, players like Alexis Stack. Also, McKenna McClure returned in that Region 3 co-final. She came in the 4th quarter and scored 5 points. She's missed 12 games in the regular season because of a knee injury. But if she's back, I might have to give the Spartans some kind of advantage maybe heading in and possibly get a state title because McKenna was a starter. She's a skilled player. She's an all-around player. And if she's back, even at 75%, she can be a big shot in the arm of energy for the Lady Spartans. All right, let's jump into Thursday morning. Greenbrier West Lady Cavaliers going to face Tucker County. Greenbrier West is the 6th seed. Tucker County the number 3 seed. Tucker County on the season 16-6. Greenbrier West is 11-9. They're playing Thursday morning, March 13th, 9:30 a.m. And I started thinking if I had to get up and play basketball at 9:30 in the morning, not sure I would play very well. Not at least not at this age, maybe back in high school, but these girls are in high school. They got a lot of energy, a lot of positive momentum going into this tournament. So I think Greenbrier West will be just fine with that starting time. Some notes on Tucker County. I thought this was interesting. They lost to Charleston Catholic, who's in the state tournament as well, just by 4 points. So Tucker County loses to Charleston Catholic by 4 points. Greenbrier East, I watched Greenbrier East play Charleston Catholic at the Battle for the Spring House at the Greenbrier and White Sulphur a few weeks ago, and East only beat them by 1 point. So that's another one of those schedule, comparisons and kind of a barometer of where Greenbrier West could play and how they could play against Tucker County. Tucker County's tough. They have 3 key players: Raven Matthews, 16.2 points per game, 11.2 rebounds, 1.7 blocks. They have a girl named Maya Gross, gets 11.7 points, about 6 rebounds a game. She's the second leading 3-point shooter on the team. And also McKenna Evans gets you 9 points a game. And when I look at that, they kind of mirror Greenbrier West. West has the big 3 of Presley Treadway, Maddie Fields, Briley Redden. So this game, I think, is going to come down to which big 3 play the best, and if whichever team can find that 4th, maybe even 5th player that can play well and be a key for both teams. So whichever team's depth shows out and plays well, that will be the team that moves on. Here's to hoping it's the Greenbrier West Lady Cavaliers. And if they do win, they will most likely face the number 2 seed Tug Valley in the second round, which would be Friday night, not till 9:30 p.m. So you're playing Thursday morning at 9:30 a.m. If you win, you play Friday night, 9:30 p.m. So good luck to the Lady Cavaliers there. Now moving on to the boys. They're not in the state tournament yet, but they're getting close. The Region 3 co-final this Thursday night, March 13th. So you'll have Greenbrier West girls basketball in the morning, Greenbrier East boys in the evening, Thursday, March 13th, 7 p.m. They play Ripley. They have to go to Ripley on the road. Ripley was the number 2 seed in the region, Greenbrier East number 3. Ripley has a 5-game winning streak. Greenbrier East has a 7-game winning streak. So something's going to have to give right there between these two teams. Key players for Ripley. They have 3 players that average double figures in their starting lineup. You have Blake Justice, who averages about 12 points and 3 steals a game. Matthew Stellato, 11 points, about 4 assists, shoots 34% from 3-point range. And then Kyler Doss is that third scorer, 10.5 points a game. Something that kind of concerns me with Greenbrier East, the first 5 games of their current 7-game winning streak, they average 74 points per game. However, these last 2 against Oak Hill and Independence, the regular season finale and the Region 3 opening round, they've only averaged 52 points a game. They got 49 against Oak Hill, 55 against Independence. Something that just concerns me. I think there may be a little blueprint that has been laid out for opposing coaches of how to defend East and keep them off the scoreboard a little bit more consistently. But hopefully Jared Patton has a plan to get his offense back on track for this Region 3 co-final on Thursday. These teams have only played one common opponent, and that was Pikeview. Ripley just beat them, scored 88 points to do it, 88-75. Greenbrier East beat Ripley by 12 points in their first meeting, 12 points in their first meeting, 21 in the second. So, again, that barometer of common opponents there doesn't mean a whole lot, but just kind of get an idea of where each team is and how they played against the same team. So good luck to Greenbrier East. Hopefully they come out and can follow in the girls' footsteps and get their own bus to Charleston next week. Now, fast forward to college basketball. This is such a big week for basketball. These next few weeks are going to be big for basketball, high school and college. Big 12 tournament actually starts on Tuesday. West Virginia will play on Wednesday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern Time, 2 o'clock Central. They will play the winner of Colorado and TCU, who are playing on Tuesday. West Virginia got the 8th seed. They got a first-round bye with their win over UCF this past weekend. They got a little bit of help in the other games on Saturday to get that 8th seed and that first-round bye. So now they'll only have to play 3 games to win the Big 12 rather than having to play 4. But it's going to be tough for them. If they can get past that the TCU Colorado winner, they will have Houston waiting on them in the next round. And WVU's already lost to Houston twice. Really wasn't that close either time. They got pretty close in the first game on the road at Houston, but Houston pulled away in Morgantown, and Houston just kind of crushed them. So it's not a very good matchup for the Mountaineers, but if they can get the one win, then they should be okay. A couple more Mountaineer notes. Javon Small on Monday named third team All-American, first team All-Big 12, so congratulations to him. And then Sincere Harris, who we talked about on this show last week a good bit, he was named to the Big 12 All-Defensive team. So big play there from Sincere Harris. I wouldn't trade him for anybody in the nation guarding the basketball. He's one of the best there is. Now, right now, I give the Mountaineers about a 98% chance to make the big dance. They're 19-12 going into the Big 12 tournament. They're 10-10 in the Big 12 conference. They have 6 quad 1 wins, which is looked at heavily by the committee. But us WVU fans, we're all too familiar and used to getting screwed out of something somewhere. Our bad luck just creeps up out of nowhere. My paranoid West Virginia mind right now thinks the committee is sitting around in a big circle, having coffee with a big whiteboard in front of them saying, how can we keep West Virginia out of the tournament and make their fans miserable? I swear I think it happens. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But anyway, West Virginia should solidly be in that tournament. Selection Sunday, we'll know where West Virginia goes. If they do make it, this coming Sunday, selection show, the anxiety should be low. If you're a West Virginia fan, don't have to be as nervous because, like I said, I do think they will ultimately end up making it. So, told you at the beginning of the show how you can make $1 million. Well, next week on this show, we are going to have our NCAA tournament brackets. Brackets will come out Sunday. We will fill them out Sunday night and have it here on the show. Very soon after that, we're going to show you who's going to make it where, who's going to win the first round games, the second round games, who's going to be in the Elite Eight, the Final Four, who's going to win the national title. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to have it perfect. I'm not going to miss one pick, even though that's never happened in my lifetime. The champion I usually pick usually loses in the first or second round, but I've got a new strategy this year. So you're going to want to tune in, enter your bracket on ESPN.com, the tournament challenge, and win the $1 million for picking a perfect one. We will have that here for you next week. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching Greenbrier Valley Sports Talk. This has been Brandon Baker. Everybody have a great week.